Hey guys, Welsknight here, and welcome back to another episode of Hermit Skies. I hope you guys are having an awesome day. I am having a fantastic day. In today's episode, I would really like to set up Autocrafting with Applied Energistics. We have this room kind of up right here, and our ME system is pretty much right below us. Like if we pop out this block and we pop out that block, ta-da, here's our ME system. So I think this would actually be a really good place to do it. We'll set up some auto-crafting. I want to also set up some kind of, I guess you would call it like storage management as well. So let me give you kind of an example of what I'm talking about. Right now, all of our inferium essence, how do I get in here? Haha, we've done it. Okay, so all of our inferium essence gets sent into this crafter when we get it, and basically it just gets instantly crafted into higher tiers, which is great. The downside to that is that I sometimes need a little bit of inferium essence. Not a ton, but a little bit. And I'd like to set it up so that our ME system will recognize when to do that. You know, so I want to set it up so we say, for example, hey, if you have more than 1,000 inferium in the system, then send stuff here. But otherwise, don't, right? Just don't send stuff to this unless we have extra inferium, right? And that way we make sure that we always are maintaining some sort of a level of inferium. So let's actually start with that. I think that's probably a good plan. So let's see here. We need, let's see if I remember how to do this. I think it's a ME level emitter. Yeah, here we go. We need one of these guys. So let's just make a stack of redstone torches. They'll get used. There we go. We'll make this redstone, or this ME level emitter here. And then let's grab some essence, like so. And let's also make some, oh, actually, we've got some right here. Awesome. And what we'll do is we'll go back up to over here. We can probably just put it right on this, honestly. This'll work. We're going to click on this guy. We'll say 1,000. Emit redstone when levels are above or equal to 1,000. So basically, if we have 1,000 of this in the system, that's when we'll be emitting a redstone signal. So you can see right now, there's no signal. That's because there's not 1,000 in here. If I get rid of this, now it's emitting a signal. So it's basically testing my entire ME system to see if it can find 1,000 of this inferium. And then what we'll do is we'll grab a redstone conduit. I'll put one right here, and we'll go like that. And do I have my Yeta wrench? I do not. Okay. I should probably grab that. No. We don't even need to. This is fine. Because these did properly pop up. So we'll say disable that one. This guy right here, we want that to be a strong signal. And then this is going to emit a redstone signal when there's more than 1,000 in the system. Ooh, although I just realized that is not going to affect the import. I only wanted to import here. How could we do this? I mean, I suppose we could apply the redstone signal to the export bus over here. That would probably do the trick. So I think then we would need, let's go look at this guy real quick. Do I need a special card? Yeah, I need a special card for to make that thing compatible with redstone. So let's make a redstone card right here. And that will work on the import-export bus. So we'll make one of those. And while I'm over here, let's grab that. We're going to need it. And then what we'll do is we will wire this to the export bus instead, I think. So let's go grab you. I want that one back. It went flying over there, but that's fine. We'll break this guy. Oh, actually, I do need it there, but I need it to go over here instead. So we're going to say disabled on this, and here, enabled. And then we'll take out one of these acceleration cards and put a redstone card in, and we'll say active with signal. So basically, when this has more than 1,000 inferium in the system, it will emit a signal to send any additional inferium over here. And then this whole thing will do its crafting process. So we don't even need to worry about the redstone stuff on the crafter itself, because basically it's just not going to send stuff in there unless I have enough in my system. So that should work. And we can use that same concept for a lot of different stuff throughout the base. We don't have to just use it for this. We can use it for, maybe we use it to set up silicon crafting, right? We say, hey, if there's not 1,000 silicon in my system, take some sand and send it to be pulverized to be turned into silicon, and so on and so forth. We can do all sorts of crazy stuff with that. So next, I think we want to get into autocrafting, as I said. So let's go applied right here. And we're going to need a bunch of different stuff for this. We're going to need crafting storage. We'll need some of these. These are essentially like your, I guess you would call them like your processors for crafting things. We'll probably go with the 16Ks. We'll also need some of these crafting co-processing units. We'll need some of these crafting units. We're going to need some molecular assemblers, and we will need some Emmy Interfaces as well. So we're going to need a bunch of different stuff. Right now, I don't actually have a good automated way to make all the different crafting components. I think I want to set that up in this room as well. I think what we'll do is we'll use that level emitter that we just used over there. We'll use a couple just like it to basically say, when it comes to all of these processors, and all this, the applied energistics kind of basic components, I guess you would say, we'll use level emitters, and we'll say, hey, if there's not enough of these in our system, make more automatically. Process them automatically and make more. So that's kind of going to be the plan. I'm going to get some of that kind of stuff set up in this room, and I'll be back in just a little bit. All right, guys, I am back, and I've gotten a good start on things. I don't have everything automated, but I do have the production of all of our processors completely automated, or at least almost completely automated. The only thing that is not automated is the production of pure Certus quartz, which is a little bit trickier to automate than you might think. But check this out. If we look at processors, I've got this all basically good to go. So let's kind of walk through the setup here. So basically we have our 7 inscribers, right? One for silicon, the processing circuits, right? All these, the printed whatever, and then the final actual circuits themselves here. And those are all wired up to the ME system. This is something that I need to show you guys. For those of you who are unfamiliar with Applied Energistics, or specifically Applied Energistics 2, there are channels. And channels mean, and we've talked about this a little bit, or actually a couple times previously, so I'm not going to go into it a lot. But basically, there's a limit to how many things you can have running on a single cable at a time, and it's either 8 or 32, depending on whether it's a dense cable or a regular cable. The way that you work around that is with what are called P2P tunnels, peer-to-peer tunnels. So I have a dense cable right here. I made it white so that I can easily figure out which one of these we're going to end up with a whole bunch of these P2P tunnels So I made this cable white so we can figure out which one's which. Otherwise, it could be bad. So we have a dense cable here running into a P2P tunnel. And then the P2P tunnel is hooked up to the Emmy controller to basically just to power it. Okay. So remember, P2P tunnel runs into a dense cable, and the dense cable runs directly into the Emmy controller. If we go back to the room that we've been working in, let's just fly up here. There we go. Here we have a P2P tunnel going back into the dense cable. And this is linked, this P2P tunnel is linked to the other one using this memory card. You shift right click on one, you take with the memory card, you take the memory card over the other one, and you regular right click, and it will basically apply the settings. So what this does is it's kind of like teleporting your cable. This now becomes a continuation of where that other P2P tunnel was, over by the Emmy controller. So it allows me to start with a fresh batch of 32 new channels right here coming off this dense cable. The problem was, I was running everything off of this dense cable, and down here we have 27 full channels. I think we had 25 before I added any of this stuff, and that was it just wasn't gonna work. So I implemented a P2P tunnel here. And then we're basically running this whole thing off of this dense cable, and it's 18 channels, okay? So that's how we got the channels over here, and that's what this P2P tunnel is. Then what I did is for each of these inscribers, I have an import bus in the back and an export bus in the bottom. The export bus says export this specific thing. For these ones, it's a larger, it's the full different stuff that goes into the recipe. And then once it's done, it will import it back into the ME system out the back. Okay. Down here, I have some of those level emitters, which I just showed you. And these are set to 1,000 of whatever, except for the engineering press one over here, which is set to 500. The only ones I have level emitters on are the ones that make the printed circuits. The printed circuits, these circuits really have like no use whatsoever outside of making processors. So there's no reason to just keep these circuits. So what I've done is I've said, hey, if there's 1,000 of the respective circuit, stop making those processors. Or if there's, I should say, if there's 1,000 of the processor, stop making these circuits. And any circuits that I have will be converted into the proper thing. So that's basically how this whole thing works. That's the idea in a nutshell, at least. How are we doing on pure Certus quartz? We have absolutely none. Okay. Let's make some. Let's just do... Wow. Ooh, I'm out of sand? I'm out of sand. Okay, well, that's easily remedied, but I'm a little surprised. But fine, no big deal. That's one of the things we're going to automate. Okay, so we'll get this stuff going. I'll put this back into our system here. And now we want to get into some other stuff. So, what we need... how much quartz glass do I have? I got a fair amount. We should be okay. All right. So, first of all, we are going to need some of these crafting storage things. I don't know, and we probably don't need to go the 16Ks, honestly. We can probably just get away with the 4Ks and call it good. Yeah. Yeah, I think we could just do that. So let's make 4... let's see. I'm trying to think. Let's make 12 of those. And then we also want... actually, just kidding. Let's make... 1, 2, 3, 4. So we'll have 16. And then we'll turn 4 of them into these guys, these crafting co-processor units. And then I want to go, we need to make, you know what, let's just make a stack of these, whatever, it's fine. And then we'll go with the 4Ks, and that should be good enough. We'll have several of these, it'll all be good. I'm gonna put them like this, okay? So we're gonna end up having 4 of these processors, and we'll put a coprocessor on each one as well. So basically, this is kind of like the brain or the heart of our crafting operation. This is gonna allow us to craft stuff. And we can add more of these if needed. Not a big deal. We can do that. For now, this will get us by. We do need to hook those up to the network though. So, let's see. We don't really have enough channels right now. So I think we should probably make another Y2, work. There we go. Let's go ahead and make 2 more P2P tunnels. And then dense cables. Let's go green? Sure. Does it work with any? It does. Okay, good. So let's make like 8 of these. And then give me some regular cables as well. And I'll show you how this whole thing works. So I don't think you need to store them. I don't think you could need to like keep the memory card. I'm pretty sure you could just reuse the same memory card. We're going to test that out and find out. Let's see here. So we'll come to our ME system and like right here, we'll put this guy. And we'll put a P2P tunnel like so, and a glass cable running into it, and then I'm going to shift right click this with the memory card, okay? So that's basically running into the network. Now, I don't know if, I don't think this is gonna foul anything up. Yeah, I think we'll be fine. We could always like split these, but I think that'll be okay. So now, the next step is we need to take this guy upstairs, and we only have like 5 open channels here, so we got to be very careful. But we'll take this one up here, and I think like right here is where I'm going to split it off, and then we've got this dense cable here, okay? And then we right-click this, loaded device. This thing should now basically be operational. So if we grab, well, we can use these cables for now. This is fine. If we do something like this, those should load up. Linked, 0 channels. I think these count as things with channels. Maybe. Maybe not. I don't know. Maybe I'm completely wrong. There we go. 4 channels. It just took a minute for it to notice. And that's fine. Okay. So we've got 4 of these guys going. This green cable says 4 of 32 channels. And if we go out here and look at the green cable down here underneath, you'll see 4 of 32 channels. So there you go. And that way we're using channels separately. And I think that's kind of an important thing. Otherwise, like your ME system can be really just, it can go horribly wrong. Things can get really bad really fast. So we'll set up some of these processing units over here. That should be fine. Okay, so now we go back to Applied Energistics, and we need to make a fair amount of these Emmy interfaces. Let's start with like 24? Sure, we'll start with like 24. And then I also need to make maybe 8 of these molecular assemblers, I'm thinking. 8 should be enough, I think. We don't need like ridiculous, we can always add more later as well. So I think this will be fine. Although, I will say, I'm looking at this, and I'm starting to wonder... We're not going to have enough channels to run these, although I could run them off the green line. So yeah, let's change this up a little bit, okay? Let's break this. Let's put a cable here. We'll run the P2P tunnel here. And we'll run the dense green cable off of it like so. And then we can run these like... This one can... Oh, that was literally just the cable that I broke. There we go. We'll put that one here. Oh, but then... No, this should still work. This should be fine. It's just going to take a minute for it to, like, power up and recognize that it's connected. Oh, no, actually, just kidding. We got the memory card. That's right. We got to redo the memory card settings since we moved one. And I think it actually links it based on coordinates. So let's go here. Copied. And then we take this guy back and go right there. Okay, that should work. So now this thing should be online, or it will be once it, recognizes what's going on. It says it's missing a channel. This is all connected though. 0 channels. Oh, there we go. It's online now. Okay, so we're good. So yeah, we've got 5 channels here. It's all good. All right, so if we go back to dense, let's say I want more green. So we can make a note of like what's actually here. And we're gonna go boop, 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 like that. And I think that'll be good. I kind of want to move... Nah, this should be fine. Honestly, this should be perfectly okay. All right. So now we're going to go with 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4 Emmy interfaces like so. And on top of them, we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4 with these molecular assemblers. Okay. And this is basically our crafting, or it will be anyway. Excuse me. So the way this works is you put stuff into the bottom, you put patterns into the bottom, and then this is where it actually will craft things, okay? So for now, let's toss this stuff away. Let's go, we need to make a couple other terminals and things as well. So, applied. I dislike that it's making me do this. Okay, let's do monitor instead. No? Is it not monitor? It's probably terminal. Terminal. There we go. All right, so we need an interface terminal. And we also need a pattern terminal, which requires a crafting terminal. Man. The rabbit hole, guys, I'll tell you. It's all good. Need one of you. One of you to make that. And then we can make the pattern terminal. There we go. Beautiful. Okay, so now we actually have all the terminals we need. Let's go dense. And let's actually just do, let's break this one. And let's do something like this. And the cool thing about this is if you use a different colored cable, you're actually gonna... Excuse me? Oh, I guess you can't, interesting. I totally didn't know that was a thing. Okay. I thought you could connect these to dense cables, but I guess not. Whoa. That was weird. I don't know why that didn't show properly. Okay, fine. So let's go cable. And let's make some glass cables. Let's just make like 16. And let's actually make them into smart cables. So we'll go... No? Is that not how you make smart cables? Oh, you got to make them covered first, of course. Okay, gotcha. So we will go like so, make 16 of those, and then we'll turn them into smart cables, like so. And then we will do green smart cables, okay? And basically these are cables that are the same, they support the same number of channels as these regular Fluix ones, but they're like the dense cables in that they'll show you how many channels you're running, right? So if we put these here and we go pattern terminal, interface terminal, crafting terminal, like so, you can see these are now green because we're using a green cable, and we can look at this right here and it will tell you how many channels are being used, which is pretty cool. I like that. Now, I think another thing we should probably do here is go... I forget what they're called. They're like... Yeah, here we go. These little cable anchors. I think we should make a bunch of these guys. And basically the way that these things work is you put them on various sides of things. So like I could put one here and here, and it will prevent the cables from connecting. So I think that's actually a really good idea in this case, because we don't want these cables to be connecting up to these crafting monitors and stuff right here, because it's going to use channels, and I don't really want to do that. So we'll do it this way instead. Pattern terminal down here, crafting terminal there. Okay, good. So now we've got basically everything here set up that we need to have set up in order to actually make this work properly. So now we need to actually get some patterns made and all this other kind of stuff so we can start auto-crafting things. So let's go pattern, and let's just make a bunch of blank patterns, and we'll throw those into the pattern terminal. We'll throw them into the pattern terminal right here. There we go. And then we can say, we can basically define recipes for this. So if we say, I want to teach it how to make redstone torches, right? Just as an example, we can say this. All right, that is one way to make redstone torches. Let's teach it how to do that. There's a lot of recipes out there that require redstone torches. So then we'll go here, throw that in here, and it says we can craft one redstone and one stick, just like so. So now if we come over here and we go to craftable, you can see I can tell it to make me 10 redstone torches. It will require these things, and I can hit start, and it's now making me redstone torches. So that's pretty cool. Now, what's really good about this is that the system is smart enough to remember what recipes you have taught it. So, for example, we've taught it how to make redstone torches. Say I want to teach it how to make comparators, for example. Well, stone and quartz are not craftable things. You don't need to craft those. But what you do need is redstone torches. So what I could do is I can order, say 10 redstone comparators, and if it isn't, if there's not enough redstone torches in my system, it will say, hey, I know how to make those. I'll just make however many I need, and it can do that. So if you build up your auto crafting properly, you can really do some kind of amazing things, to be entirely honest, with applied energistics. And on top of that, it also works for processing. So right here, this is a crafting pattern, which means it's just like a regular crafting bench, right? but there's also a processing pattern. So if I grab, like, I don't know, sand, right? And I say 1 sand is 1, pretend this is regular glass. You can basically tell it how to make things using machines like sag mills and other stuff like that. So it's good. It's really good. I don't know if it is possible. When it comes to silicon, this is something that I really want to... Oh, we should really just make silicon seeds. That's way easier. Yeah. Dude, I should just make silicon seeds. And they're only tier 2. That's a piece of cake. I can totally do that. Okay, I'll just do that. Never mind. I was going to say I should teach it how to make silicon using a sag mill. But, dude, you could grow silicon. What? And we have this beautiful greenhouse that's working overtime for us, so I think we'll be good there. But yeah, autocrafting. We have the capabilities now. The room kind of looks terrible. Let's be honest. It's not a good look right now, but it will be. We'll get there. I should see. Space, space. Yeah. We're going to change this up a little bit. Just a tiny bit. So we're going to go boop, 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 boop. And we'll put it right here up against this wall. And what that means is this cable can be moved. Because I didn't like where it was. Oh, and wait, yeah, this is the crafting term. Oh, because yeah, gotcha. All right, so cable, grab some of these guys, and we'll just put these down along here, like so. There we go. And now we could fairly easily dress up this room, right? It wouldn't be hard to do something like this, and then you bring this guy up, and we'd probably want to bring this over. Right here, this would probably come over. We'll do something like this. This I still need to automate, but I'll leave it alone for now. And then we can go with our builder's wand. Boop, 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 boop. Boop, 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 boop. And here, we'll just leave this as manual for the moment, so I'll just put it like so. We can go there, go facades. I only have 1 cable facade at the moment. And I don't remember how to make more. It's a thing. Is it like that? No. Okay, I'm gonna have to... I hide all the facades here. Because the night... okay, so it's cable anchors. Gotcha. Okay, easy enough. I always forget. Item mode, true. Okay. So... cable anchor. There we go. Let's just make a few of the limestone ones. Like so. That should be good. And then we'll go 1, 2, 3. All right. And there we have our auto crafting room. It's not super pretty at the moment, but we can dress it up. I ultimately think I want to have more molecular assemblers, and we'll have, auto smelting and all sorts of crazy stuff here. But for a start, I'm good with this. This is a good start to our auto crafting system, and will allow us to get a lot of work done. We're working towards a master applied energistic system here. So guys, that is going to do it for me. I think I'm out of time for this episode. My friends, if you enjoyed the video, you know what to do. Links in the description below, so check that out as well. Otherwise, my friends, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.